bird on a tree. I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see. From up here, the world seems small. We can sit together. It's so beautiful, you and me. We meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free. Sometimes you need to go and take a step back to see the truth around you. From a distance you can tell. You and me were meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free. You and me, meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free.
This is the biggest university in Costa Rica. It's the number 400 in the world, on the best of Central America, and the number 7 in Latin America. That's pretty amazing for a small country, huh? Because we don't have too much funds for research. So, by the way, we do a lot of research, and our scientists are pretty good, and our engineers, as I am, we are pretty good. So we are working. Costa Ricans people, we immigrate only if we will work as scientists, engineers, doctors all around the world. We don't immigrate too much to any country in the world. So we are just fewer. For example, we got like 5,000 Americans living in this country. compare like 2,011 states of Costa Rica. Nothing. So this is a special country. I love it. It's my favorite. I live a few countries all around the world, even for study. So this is a beautiful place. So Lancaster Garden, this is just for botanic stuff, you know. How is your Spanish going?
Bien.
Very cool.
Bien.
Entonces yo voy a hablar mejor en español para que practique. ¿Sí? Es mejor. Okay. Este es un lugar especial para botánica. ¿Quién estudia biología? Bien. Okay. ¿Quién estudia geología? ¿Ingenieros? ¿Físicos? ¿Matemáticos? ¿Quién? ¿Físico?
Matemáticas.
Muy bien. Very good. ¿Psicología?
Psicología.
Okay. What else? Geography?
Public health. Public health.
Okay.
Sports.
Sports, good. Business, negocios, muy bien. Okay. So, let's go. Keep walking. The name of this in Spanish is Ave del Paraíso. It's normal in the elevation of 1,000 to 700 meters in the tropics. It's normal to see them in the tropical rainforest, even the cloud forest, and even in this old area called pre-mountain forest, but used to be. Actually, it's a lot of buildings and stuff, you know. This touch. You know, the form of this leaf is special to capture of the water to get into the vein. And we got a lot of colors of this flower. They came from to red, to blue, even to yellow. It's pretty amazing. Let's look for someone more healthier, because this one looks like a sick one. You know?
Sí.
Let's look for it. can check. Has the water in him? Okay, here's one more healthier. This you can come closer and watch the water inside of the leaves, and it works like a cup, you know. In Costa Rica, we got like 7 different types of different tropical forest. I work with dry forest especially. The dry forest part is in Guanacaste, and the cloud forest is in Punta Arenas area, and the rainforest is in the Central Pacifico and the Southern Pacifico. You can keep close and watch the digestion. This vein is blue. And it works for interception to protect the soil of the forest. It rains and the water comes in and protects from the interception. Okay, that's a lot of plants.
Un segundo, David. David, ¿cómo se llama esta flor?
Es una ave del paraíso, pero creo que su nombre científico es
Yes and no.
see all the leaves like cups making this movement of the light, because the interception of the forest is so important in the tropical forest, because that's a lot of rain. We are close like in this area like 3,000 millimeters a year. That's a lot of rain. In Costa Rica we go to 1,000 millimeters a year to 15,000 millimeters a year. That's a lot of rain. Okay, so the plants make this formula to try to intercept of this rain to protect the soil, you know, for the erosion. This is normal. Let's go.
Tú puedes comparar cuánta lluvia hay en Flagstaff y cuánta lluvia hay en Costa Rica.
Compared to Arizona, Arizona is close to
Casi nada.
300 a year. 300 a year millimeters. Millimeters. Arizona.
No sé.
300.
Puedo buscar.
Could be. I remember one guy from Arizona State University who he's a hydrologist. He told me about 300.
¿Es posible?
Yeah, 300. I don't know. Could be. Okay. Say. Okay.
Yeah. That's how I felt yesterday.
Look at this. Amazing plant. Look at the color of this. Looks like plastic, you know?
See?
But it's not plastic. Could be when you see full colors, you can correlate it with a lot of sugar, or it could be something venomous. Don't touch it. Don't eat it. Hummingbirds could be. Well, I will touch it. Don't do it. Maybe ants and hornets. Take a look. I will touch it. Okay. Amazing. This parasite, you know, parasite plant in this shop. Okay. Like orchids. Look at the bulbs staying in this one. Okay. This is an orchid. Huh? Orchid. I prefer to watch more animals in there. This it's amazing. Look at this plant, like a cup, like a parfait cup.
No, see?
And that could be a digestion process and things like that. Sounds a cigar. Se me olvidó en tico cómo se llama eso. Ni idea. Esa es una platanilla, creo. Platanilla.
La flor blanca.
Sí, a small plantain. In this area, it's a normal type of rainforest to Caribbean rainforest to Midterm Pacific. You will see all these leaves, like plantain leaves. They're big because they need to be resilient of water. A lot of rain. They have to be strong and resilient. I have a lot of bottles of strainings because that's a lot of rain. They are close familiar to bananas, plant trees. This one are sick, you know?
¿Cómo se llama esa planta?
Uy. ¿Cuál? ¿Esta? ¿Cuál?
Esa que esté.
Tobacco.
¿Tabacón?
Tobacco is close to tobacco, the one you smoke.
Pero el tabacón crece muy despacio.
Yeah. Tobacco. Okay. These are lianas. You know liana? Liana is this. Okay. Okay. So I will talk something fast about lianas. This is who knows who's a liana? You ever heard like Tarzan?
Oh, sí.
Okay. This is a liana. In tropical forests, especially even to dry, to rain, lianas is a problem because in climate change models we saw more lianas than trees in the future. Why? Because lianas are more resilient, more adapted to dry, more adapted to a lot of water. Could be in the future less trees and more lianas. We are working on researching, especially in the dry forest, with lianas, because maybe in the next 100 years, everything could be most like dry forest and less like this. You know, because Costa Rica is one of the best places to study climate change. It's because it's a lot of sensitive climate, microclimates here. It's so sensitive. If you change something, the forest will sense it and he will go back, and all of the species will fade away. So it's important to came here, and maybe your grandchild will see it. Definitely, I will promise they won't see it. Okay, enjoy it. Make this garden looks like a real forest, but you will see that another. If you go with Alain, you will see how plastic they are. Sure, because they are sick. Right. They need perfect humidity. They need a perfect element of rain or less. Right. And you will see all the plants are sick. Yeah. Okay. Okay, guys. In this area. No pallets, correct. In this area, if you want. In this area, these are more typical to dry forest. In Costa Rica, dry forests are in the northern part. We got our territories, like 53% of our territory are forest and conservation area. We are working very hard to conserve a lot of areas here in Costa Rica. We are close to reach a carbon neutral country. We run we run like 3 years of renewable energy. We are the first country in the world who runs with renewable energy, especially for hydropower and electric power and geothermal. So that's our matrix of energy. So our government do a lot of effort to protect our forest. So we got more than half of our territory covered with protected area. In this area, you will see a typical. You are from Arizona. You are, you know, saguaro, cactus, and all stuff. But you will see a transition here if you go to the north part of Guanacaste, because it's not the desert; it's a dry forest. You know, in the future, as I told you, this green forest will will change to a dry forest, and this dry forest will change into desert, definitely. So this typical vegetation you will see here is more close to where you belong. You know, you're from the desert. You are a desert guy.
Something that we might not realize is that it's really difficult.
You can eat it because it's dry.
Because we have too much rain. So they...
In Arizona could be like yeah. Because they are more dry.
All of these cactus are native to Costa Rica.
The dry forest. That's where this year. Okay. Come closer. In this cup, you will see a few things. There are a digestion. You know, it will turn definitely into sugar, and there are some mosquitoes breeds into the water.
I see.
You see? You can fish it if you want. And the digestion progress will turn this water into sugar, definitely. And the hummingbirds will come to drink it for sure. Even bats at night. And these species are more open than the last one we saw. Came closer and watch the mosquitoes. They have like little hair in the leaves because they are more impermeable. They need to fade. When you are in the tropics, you need to leave the water as faster as you can. Remember Vietnam?
Yeah.
They need to get out of the water. Okay, it's the same from the plant. They are more impermeable. You see it here?
Oh, they're like
Some rain. Or more, because they are so impermeable. They are like little hairs on the leaf. Like where the forest was near to a volcano. You know, the trees are not even much taller, and you see a lot of because they are more resilient to acid rain. You know. What else? Let's go here. Okay, Costa Rica got like 9 active volcanoes. Even dangerous like the Hawaiian one you saw in the news. A lot of this material came from the volcanoes, you know. Here in Cartago area, who we are actually, we got four volcanoes, active volcanoes. Few of them you can go now, and another one you can go because they are so active and they spraying all the lava and everything, you know. So these rocks came from the volcanoes, and they make a geomorpholase process, maybe like like 35,000 years ago. We got a lot of active near in this area, so all the rocks you saw here, they came from the volcanoes. Our soils are so young, different from the States, the Grand Canyon area you are. There are all this soils and stuff. Let's go. Jungle behind these leaves, it's normal to see small bats living there. Okay, and this plant is the same family as the one we saw, so they rise in different direction, negative direction. For the lowest part of the forest, it's always difficult to get or reach the sunlight. That's because that's why ants are so important in the forest, because they cut the leaves like this and make holes to permit the lights go into the soil of the forest. That's so important. Even right now, I don't know why is our purpose in this earth. Maybe one ant is more valuable than a human, because if you cut all this human on this earth, everything goes pretty well. But if you take all these ants, everything goes into shit, you know? I believe there could be ants, definitely. The bigger holes, bigger ants. Okay, these lianas in this part of the forest are more bigger, and see the problem with this one is the carbon capture of the trees will be intercepted or in bad way when lianas are present in. So when you go to you already go to a real forest already? Which part?
What are they?
Caribbean.
No, Carrara.
Carrara, okay. You saw in Carrara these big trees, you know, these amazing big trees with these big branches. So if you saw these lianas more bigger, like this, even you can make some wood things with these lianas. This is a problem because there's a lot of carbon in the atmosphere, and they can capture it. They don't want it. So if trees don't capture enough carbon, we're fucked. So in few countries like Brazil, India, even some part of Africa, government are cutting all the lianas because they're a real problem. They are eating alive our forest. So it's a problem. Welcome to reality. ants are more important than humans, you know? They
There's also buses.
make the soil breathe, you know? This soil is fulfilled with saliva, and they go in deeper and they put it out, and they go deeper and put it out, and they make the soil breathe. So it's important for the forest in all around the world, the ants. So this species is not pretty harmful, I believe. No, they are not too aggressive, you see. In Costa Rica we got one ant who calls bullet ant, because the sting of this ant is the same painful as a bullet. Don't touch your shit in the forest, please. Don't touch your shit in the forest, please.
Don't touch it.
Ah, sí. Ya.
No es muy divertido.
Qué bueno. Ah, this is a well.
Miana.
This is just the beginning of the problem. The lianas can go deeper and can reach the groundwater more faster than the trees. That's the problem. They can go 10 meters, 20 meters into the soil and reach the water, when the tree can go and reach the water. That's why they are more resilient. You know the power, this word, resilient? Resilience? Okay, it's the same. You can use this shit word with everything. They came from psychologists and sociologists. Now engineers are using. So let's go. They're doing their job. They're doing the thing. They're cutting all the leaves. They are working to move the sunlight into the soil. Okay. This rock are full, but without geologists, it's not just kind of. So it's a shit. It's a fucking rock. Okay, let's go.
Okay.
This is groundwater.
Oh.
Ouch.
Hey, that's really cool.
In Costa Rica, we got a lot of water. More water than people. If you came here like 2 months ago, it was dry. That's a lot of the capture of the rain between the last 4 weeks. Okay?
Wow.
A lot of rain. I don't know what's the name of this, but it's pretty cool.
See?
Look like pesto. And they don't even have a name.
Yes, over here.
Ta-da! Milk inside.
Milk.
Milk.
I don't know. It's like milk.
I don't know.
Dairy
He
inside.
just discovered it now too.
I don't know, we're learning
Whoa,
too.
there's milk inside.
Leche deslactosada.
Yeah. No dairy for me because I'm vegetarian.
Good for you.
Me too.
But it's from the plant, so it's
I am
okay.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty cool if we could go to the Starbucks right now. Yeah, check this. Look like a cancer cell.
See.
Very cool.
Oh yeah,
Touch
you're
it.
right.
Don't touch it.
This is insanity!
Guys, remember, it's called an Achyonthera circumplexa.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yep.
Please remember.
Memorize that. just now.
Achyonthera.
Wait, you can just take a picture.
Circumplex.
Hey, otros.